Turning, settling down, tracing up the kidney meridian through the abdomen across under the kidney, just cleaning out anything that's there. Let's begin by finding center. Shift your weight left and right, not too far, but far enough to really feel that you're shifting your weight. And then make that shift smaller. And then see if you can find where the center of your body, your center of gravity, sits right between your feet, left and right. And then gently swinging your arms front and back, moving your pelvis and your whole body front and back. And I'm going to exaggerate it a bit. And we'll try that, and then make it a little smaller and see if we can balance our weight, finding center right between our feet. Now we have left and right, and front and back. And then we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to keep our weight centered, and we're going to extend our body upwards, kind of like we're reaching upward through the top of our head. And then we're going to sink downward, leading with our tailbone, and just see if we can drop that center of weight right between your feet, left, right, front, back, and up and down, arriving in the moment, in your body, in your breath, to enter your practice. And this is a way of bringing your awareness into the moment, into your practice, into your body, and to recognize that in practice there's everything that's going on out there, and then there's what's going on inside your practice. And depending on your day, you may need some time, more time, less time, to actually shift that awareness from busy outside to lots of space on the inside by becoming centered. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Follow your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, receiving with gratitude. Exhaling, reaching into your alignment up and down, feeling into your purpose, your intention. Inhale, connecting without attachment to everything around you. Exhale. Inhale. Receive from the sky. Feel the gratitude as you exhale. Inhale. Follow the shape of your breath. Exhale, reaching towards your alignment, your balance, your center, feeling into your sacred purpose, your meaning, your why. Inhale. Connecting, feeling into everything around you, all the aliveness, with gratitude, with acceptance, and wisdom. So let's expand our Qi. So we're going to inhale, and we're going to float out and up, nice and round. Keep floating up. Exhale, hands turn over slowly. Hands float up, soft, round, hanging, loose. We float up, we rise up underneath, look up, just connect with all the beautiful sunlight. Exhale. Sink. Knees to your toes, hips just ahead of your heels. Pelvis is level like a bowl, hanging from your head, nice and loose. Inhale. Sink back so your hands float up. Inhale some more. Follow your body up. Look up. Exhale. Sink. Lower your gaze with your hands. Hands fall to the sides. Inhale. Exhale. Sink back. Keep your balance with your hands. Float up. Come up. Reach out. Exhale. And just sink and settle. So now, as we stand, feeling connected with our body, we're going to sway back and forth a little bit as if we're kelp and we're in an ocean, and the ocean goes this way, ocean goes that way, ocean comes up, ocean comes down. And we're going to see if we can be really spontaneous and intuitive and playful and kind of dance-like as we're going to go through the same practice. But we're just going to let the ocean do the moving. Inhale. Exhale. Just like you're flapping wings. Let your body naturally move up and down in a way that kind of leads your wings along. Up, down. So your body goes up first, then your wings, and your body drops, then your wings follow. So now we're going to inhale. reach out with our palms, settle our elbows and wrists in swinging together. Notice that we can hold a kind of sacred space and stillness. Flap our wings. Reach out to the sides. Settle. And come back to that stillness. You can also do this turning to the side. Just have that give me a few minutes so I can come into my presence and my practice. I'll be right back. And come back to center. The other side. So I turn to the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I just want to fill my belly as I inhale, empty my belly as I exhale, reaching down, reaching up. I want to just keep relaxing and lengthening and softening my arms. Every time I exhale, I just soften my knees, ankles, level my pelvis. Everything's up and down. This is called Taoist awaits the dawn. So also with natural breathing, or shunhuxi, when you're inhaling, you want to focus mostly on relaxing and opening the tissue, the membranes right below your belly button, so that when you inhale, this part of your belly comes forward a little bit and then kind of drops a little bit, which is more or less the opposite of what most people do when they're walking around, keeping their six-pack tight or whatever. So it takes some courage and some reconditioning to inhale, open your lower belly, drop a little bit, and then exhale, bringing the belly back in. And you can keep your eyes open. Usually you just pick something to look at, or you can close your eyes. And it's just up and down, hanging from above, softening your joints, doing the natural breathing below your belly button. Next posture is a slightly more rounded shape in the arms. We call this the Tai Chi posture. And Tai Chi has this really interesting meaning that you're pivoting on something so deeply connected to the, you might call your authentic nature, and even the nature of the universe, so that no matter what you experience when you turn one way or the other, nothing is going to interrupt your internal practice. Nothing's going to startle you, nothing's going to manipulate you, nothing's going to make you feel something you don't want to feel. So this is from the martial art Tai Chi Chuan, or Tai Chi. And when we go like this, now our relationship is kind of horizontal. Like if I was walking through a crowded grocery store or something, I would naturally be wanting to make room for myself a little bit. So now we have this up and down feeling from Taoist awaits the dawn. But now we're going to go from just vertical to some horizontal. We're not going to be turning left and right most of the time, but we want to feel that ultimate pivot, which is kind of the translation of Tai Chi. And the sense of ultimate is no matter what happens, you're not going to change your inner aliveness, your inner refinement. And this is true of Tai Chi as a martial art. In that practice, when you're practicing the martial art part, most of the focus is on just making sure all of your internal connections are working, not what the other person's doing or what might happen or how it might look. Just working on my own stuff. So Tai Chi posture, more horizontal, ready for what's coming left and right. Balancing the up and down with the left and right horizontal. And this is more of a warrior posture in the sense that nothing gets to interrupt your inner awareness and flow. One thing you'll notice between Taoist awaits the dawn and entering into the Tai Chi posture is your shoulders actually kind of roll down and forward just a little bit in the natural way that you would. You know, in one sense you might be just hanging out and looking at beautiful things. In another sense you might have to physically get ready to physically interact with something that, you know, might weigh as much as another person. So we naturally shift our mechanics from open and loose and soft to open and loose and round and ready by just changing our shoulders just that much for what we're going to be interacting with around us. So this is called composting distress in a Qi cauldron. So we're holding the cauldron in front of our body, imitating the Qi of soil or earth. So things are composting and turning over, coming back up into life, living life, turning over, going back to the earth, and then coming back. Now this is a pretty reasonable metaphor for one quality of life. It also gives us a chance to play with our thoughts and feelings. So if you imagine throughout your day how many different thoughts come up, looping feelings, reactions to things, and they all come into being throughout your day. But at the end of the day, hopefully, as you lay down and allow your consciousness to turn over from being awake to sleep, you can let go of those things, and maybe you need to dream on them for a while or just have a good night's sleep, as people say. But we want to allow all of those stressful thoughts and feelings to land in a way to decompose like leaves, sinking into the soil, and in a way nurturing us, because we learn from challenging things quite a lot. So I imagine challenging feelings coming up, thoughts, memories, see them for what they are coming into the world, accept that they need to turn over, and feel into the process of just using thought and meditation and ideation and imagination to let them decompose naturally, not because we hate them, not because we're afraid of them, but because everything in life, including thoughts and feelings, arise throughout the day into the awakening mind, turn over, become still, and like the past, just sinks into the world and gets turned over and renewed into potentially more generous thoughts, more wisdom, more imagination, more playfulness, more curiosity, less distress, less dilemma, less comparison, less loathing, sinking down, turning into something new. We want to almost feel like children in a way, like you can do anything with your thoughts and feelings you want. And even when you do the best you can with your thoughts and feelings, at the end of the day, they of course turn over, sink into the sleep world, and hopefully the next day become a source for renewed thoughts and feelings. So this is a simple practice of composting your distress, if you happen to have any, by imitating the Qi of the earth, Qi of soil. And again, you can do that for a minute or two, or for as long as you like. So the last thing we're going to do with the pillar of metal in the lungs is to focus on what's called Zhu Chao, which is the ancestral opening, which is that whole area in your chest, in here. And when we're breathing, we want to still open the Qi Hai area, the Zhongwan area, the middle of your belly, the middle of your chest, the Tanzhong area. But as we open through the chest, we also want to open right in through here, where your solar plexus and where a lot of tightness and kind of the unknown dread and things can get held in the body. So we want to open that up and kind of invite our ancestors to come in and see if they can help us a little bit, or sometimes for us to let go of something we're holding on to karmically from our ancestors. So it's a chance again to receive, to accept, or to let go. So we inhale, opening the midline of the body, lower, middle, center of the chest, open, and just stay here and breathe for a moment. Breathe out, empty the body, breathe in, reaching through the thumb and index finger, opening your chest, opening your collarbones, and opening right in here. Exhale, inhale, exhale, coming in, settling down. Inhale, putting your solar plexus, chest, midline, collarbones, arms, fingers. Exhale. Once more. Open the lower, Qi high, middle, Zhong 1, chest, Tan Zhong, through the ancestral openings of Chao, reaching through, opening your chest, collarbones, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. Just inhale, opening your solar plexus, your sternum, exhale, receiving, settling, letting go. Hands come to the center, sink. This is for opening the midline and opening the chest, receiving, accepting, and letting go. Next pillar of Qigong we're going to explore is water, your kidneys and your bones, stillness, and feeling that you are a source of life. So we're going to bring our hands out into the posture we call hands float on water. We're just going to stand and breathe and imagine that our hands are floating on the surface of the water. And just like the water behind me, it's kind of flat, but there's little waves. As I exhale, I want to feel that, like the water, I'm falling down into the container of the soil, of the land, of the bedrock. And as I fall, I notice that I'm filling. And I'm filling until I'm full and floating on my fullness. So just stand and breathe. Just feel the water of the world sinking, settling, and filling. This is very good for the qi of your kidneys and your bones. So remember, there's sinking, there's stillness, there's a fulfilling quality, and then there's the hands on the surface. And we relax. Just take a moment and connect with the lower dantian, the qi of your kidneys, the settling feeling, the stillness, and the resourcefulness. The next thing we're going to do with the pillar of water, same basic beginning, hands float out, hands float on water. But now we're going to notice that we want to feel the rivers pouring into the lake our hands are on. So I want to feel things pouring into this water and filling the water. And this water filling and then pouring over its edge, being the source of life for all of the trees and things you can see around me. So we're going to imitate the lake behind me. Rivers coming in, filling up. So it's so full that it pours over the edge. And just like your life, think of all the different trickles of resources and connection and support and sustenance and nurturing. And they're all pouring into the center of you. And it's your choice to let them fill you up, leaving you fulfilled and so abundant in yourself that it's inevitable that you're going to want to share, pouring over, feeding all of the land, the people, the connections around you. Receiving, giving. So the next thing we're going to do with the pillar of water starts the same way. Hands float on water, receiving what's pouring in, filling, being generous, being a source of life. And now we're going to turn to one side. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to keep this hand on the water, and this hand is going to drop, circle around, reach down just about mid calf, and then I'm going to just trace my hands along my kidney meridian, or just your inner thigh, up through my lower body, genitals, into my abdomen, And then round and across, and this is where my kidney is, so I feel like I'm kind of pulling along my kidney to just empty my kidneys of anything that they don't need. Back to feeling the water, turning, settling down, tracing up the kidney meridian, through the abdomen across, under the kidney, just cleaning out anything that's there, settling back into the water. Round your spine, be soft, roll back a little, open, clear, and clean off. Be water, come back, center, receiving, filling, giving. Turning to the side. Reaching down, up the meridian, through the body, across through the organ, releasing. Down. Adjust your stance, hands float on water. Sink your hands. Just stand for a moment. Feeling your bones, your stillness, your resourcefulness, and the qi of water, your kidneys and bones. So just turn left and right, using your whole body to turn, not just your hands. So I'm just going to put my hand on my belly button. So notice, if you can, when you're moving from your pelvis and your core, your pelvis does most of the work, turning your body left and right. But it takes some time to loosen up your hips and find the right muscles. So play with it, but that's really important. So now as we swing, we're going to slow down and reach through our fingers. And we're going to allow our imagination to reach into our arms like they're antennas or whiskers, in the sense that when they reach out, they feel, they interact, and they kind of gather information, if you will, or energy or awareness. So we reach, extending little antennas. We want to reconnect with the land and the energy that's coming up from the land, the energy that's coming down from the sky. So take a look around, and if you're inside, imagine you're not inside. And just imagine the land as far as you can see, or look at the land as far as you can see. And just imagine that it's 10,000 years ago, and one of your ancestors, for some reason 10,000 years ago, woke up every day and went like this. And then we're going to slow down. And come back to center. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, just closing your practice. Inhale, closing the practice. Bring down the midline, sealing any energetic boundaries you need. Feeling the shape of that protective Qi bubble, just relaxing. Last closing. Closing your midline, sealing your energy. Inhale. Bring your feet together. Exhale. You choose, you can bow to the generations that have come before. It's optional, you don't have to do that. This is also optional, but you can take a sense of the Qi you've cultivated today and send it to everyone in the world or to someone specific. And just breathe in. And send that good Qi to where it needs to go. And that's a way of expressing our generosity and gratitude for having our practice and being able to share it.